Okay, welcome back. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. First of all, welcome to the launch of the second generation of Moto Z, the Z2 Play. That's why we are here today. And I also want to welcome friends who are watching us live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So, welcome. In the next 30 minutes or so, we will talk about what the next Z2 Play has to offer to our consumers. But before I do that, just step back and share a bit of our journey so far here in India. It's been a great journey. We started our journey in India on the smartphone business about 4 years back, and it's been an absolutely incredible 4 years. And this is just a summary of the last financial year. Lenovo Moto put together are selling today almost one phone every 3 seconds in this country. That's the pace at which we are growing. And last financial year, we were the second biggest brand in the smartphone industry with almost a double-digit share. So it's been a great journey so far. From the size of a business, we are more than 10,000 crores business that we do here in this industry. So pretty good business. So far, we like to thank all our consumers for helping us reach. But this is just a milestone that we have reached. There are many more to cover. From a brand point of view, one of the success stories, of course, other than the products that we have been launching here in the country, whether it's the Motorola branded products or the Lenovo branded products, we have had great success. And when we talk to our consumers today, both the Lenovo and the Motorola brand are right up there in terms of the awareness. What that means is the strategy that we moved forward with, which was the dual brand strategy for us, has worked pretty well with us. With the Lenovo branded products and the Motorola branded product, we try and reach out to two very different, distinct set of consumers and with the propositions we have for them. The importance of India. I mean, we all know India is a very, very big and a large smartphone market and growing at a very, very rapid pace. This is probably the fastest growing market in the world today. We are for people who are interested in numbers, India is the third largest smartphone market, but very soon, I think by the end of this year or by early next year, will overtake US and become the second largest market in the world. It's actually, if you were to size up and see and look around the world, all the next three markets, which is basically Brazil, Japan, and Indonesia, which are also very, very large, sizable market. India is far bigger than many of these three markets put together. So that puts the pace at which, not just the importance of the market, but the pace at which the consumers out there are adopting the smartphone, the newer technologies that we bring on the table. From India perspective as well, from our own Motorola and Lenovo perspective, within our own organization, we are among the top 3 countries in the world as well. So I think it's a very important market, not just from the size of the business that we do, but also the great opportunities that lie ahead of us in the Indian market. So moving forward, yes, like I said, we have achieved a kind of a milestone or some landmarks, but this is one industry which you keep walking, keep growing, and keep creating new positions for yourself. I think we have launched great products in the past. We have had great communication. Our brand is up there, but we need to find the next journey on a way forward. And these are the 3 broad pillars on which we will be taking the next steps forward. Of course, we are a very, very strong player in the e-commerce market. One out of every 4 consumers today who are choosing to buy a product in the e-commerce space is choosing to buy either a Lenovo or a Motorola product out there. So extremely strong. We will continue to forge that journey forward and gain more grounds on that space. Having said that, it's equally important when you look at the consumers out there. 2/3 of the market or the consumers go and buy a product in the retail or the brick and mortar format, and 1/3 of the consumers today go and buy from an e-commerce. So for us as a company and as a brand, we are focused on multi-channel opportunities, and we would like our consumers to come, touch, feel, and experience our product. In the next phase of our growth that we take forward, we are going to strengthen the retail market, because that's where consumers are now going and touching. And when you will see a lot more about what the Z2 Play has to offer, it becomes even more evident that what do we need to do and showcase our products and experiences in the retail market out there. It's a very, very large market out there as well. And I think third, but not the least, is we all believe that India is more price conscious, value conscious kind of a price segment. But you'll be surprised to know one of the fastest growing segment in this country is the premium. And when I say premium means, let's say $350 and above, about 23,000, 25,000 rupees. That is the fastest growing segment as we see in the industry today. Of course, the market is growing. This is one particular segment which we are extremely focused on. Moto Z and Z2 Play are the step in that direction. Just to give you a basic idea about what this whole premium segment is all about. Premium segment is not just about price alone, but it's also about positioning of your product or the experiences that you go and deliver to the end consumer. But just to give you a perspective about this particular segment, that why we believe that this is one segment that we definitely need to focus more and grow on our strength in that segment. It's growing at 27%, just to size up what that 27% mean in terms of growth. This price band segment is currently about $2 billion market opportunity. And it is growing at 27%, and now you can actually estimate what that means. In about 4 years' time, this premium segment is going to be a $5 billion market opportunity. So I think it's extremely important from our point of view, from a strategy point of view. We do continue to drive our growth in the e-commerce channel. We will strengthen the channel which is on the retail where consumers come and touch feel. And third, and the most important, is to build our strength in the premium segment out there. Today's launch, which is the Z2 Play, is a step in that direction. But to talk more about the product and take you through what the new fundamentals and the functionalities of the product are, I am very happy to have Jim Thiede, who is the Senior Director in our Global Product Marketing Organization, to be here with us and share more about the Z2 Play. Thank you.
Thanks, Sudhin. As Sudhin said, my name is Jim Thiede. I'm the Senior Director for Product Marketing at Motorola Mobility, and I have the privilege of introducing you today to our second generation Moto Z Play. Let's start with the design. So we've crafted the Moto Z Play out of one solid piece of 6000 series aluminum. It's been diamond cut and it looks fantastic. We've shaved off size of this one as well, so it's 5.9 millimeters in thinness, which is actually 15% thinner than last year's Moto Z Play, and it's also lighter. So it's 12% or 20 grams lighter. And we've done this because we know not only does thinness look good, but the aluminum makes it look strong, and a thinner, lighter package makes it more pleasurable to use with or without Moto mods. Similar to its predecessor, the second generation Moto Z Play is fully Moto Mods compatible. So you'll notice our proprietary 16-pin connector on the back. We've redesigned it for this year's Moto Z Play, so it provides the full functionality, but it's more aesthetically pleasing. Moto Z Play features a 5.5-inch 1080p display, as well as a 5-megapixel front-facing wide-angle camera, so you can get more in on your selfies. And it also has a dual CCT, or color-correlated temperature flash. And what the flash does is it measures the ambient light in the room, and it adjusts the flash output for more even color distribution and tones, so you always look great in your selfies. Inside the Moto Z Play, we've done a lot of work and have some excellent engineering. So the Moto Z Play features a Qualcomm Snapdragon 626 processor and 4 gigabytes of RAM. So you have a smooth UI experience. It's great for multitasking. It's great for gaming as well. We also have 64 gigabytes of storage as well as expandable memory. And for those of you who like to run it on the benchmarks, it'll do 15% better on the standard benchmarks than last year's version. We've also included a 3,000 milliamp battery that'll take you well through the day and into the night and then some. So in a country like India, you'll get 30 hours of usage time on a single charge. And we also included our turbo power charging. So with a 15-minute charge, you'll get 7 hours of power in just those 15 minutes. To provide consumers peace of mind, we also have coated the inside components and electronics with a hydrophobic nanocoating that repels water, as well as that same coating is applied on the outside of the phone. So if you spill a drink on your phone, you get splashed at the pool, or like me this morning, you get caught in a go of rain, you've got nothing to worry about. We've also included Gorilla Glass 3, so the display is actually scratch and damage resistant also. We've spent a lot of time over the last few years at Motorola really perfecting our camera technology, and Moto Z Play is no different. It features a 12-megapixel dual autofocus camera with a fast f1.7 aperture that captures 25% more light than the earlier versions. It also has 3 million dual autofocus pixels that are available for fast focus, as well as the next generation laser autofocus, which gives you a range up to 5 meters, which now enables someone to focus in a virtually dark environment all the way across the room. These images have been taken with the Moto Z Play, and I think you'll agree, it's got excellent depth of field, it's got brilliant and true colors, and a very fast focus for capturing action shots just like that. We also have 2 colors that we're introducing Moto Z Play with this year. So we have our lunar gray with a black front and a fine gold with a white front. And as I said before, it's an all-aluminum unibody construction, so you can see by the graphics on the display, it's got a nice, clean back, and it's very strong and very light. We've also included a premium set of our Moto experiences for this year's Moto Z Play. If you're not familiar with Moto experiences, they're really things that make your device easier, simpler, and more pleasurable to use. And we do that through a combination of software and sensors in the phone. One of our more popular Moto experiences is actually Moto Display. And what Moto Display does is it allows a consumer to get discrete notifications by either an action such as an incoming message or simply by waving your hand over the display. We've enhanced that this year by giving consumers the ability to quickly reply from the display without locking your phone. So you can do that either via text message or simply a voice command. We also have a quick action function that provides contextual links so you're always in the know. For example, in this one, basically checking a map when there's an address in a message itself. Moto Voice is another extremely popular Moto experience for us, and we continue to enhance it. If you haven't seen Moto Voice or use it, it allows you the ability to make a voice command without waking up or unlocking your phone. So if your phone is just sitting on the table, you don't have to press a button, you don't have to press an icon to wake it up. You simply say your command. We've enhanced it this year by adding a feature that we call Show Me, and you can do basic, simple commands like show me the weather, for example, or you can say show me my calendar or show me my next appointment. You can also call up a variety of apps. For example, you could say, show me my Gmail, and it'll show you your Gmail. So again, looking at ways to make the use cases and the consumer experience simple and more convenient. You'll notice a new redesigned fingerprint sensor this year. So we've added a new fingerprint sensor. It's easily located in the front of the device, and the authentication is extremely quick, 750 milliseconds. You also notice that this year's fingerprinter is slightly elongated, and that enables functionality that we call one-button navigation. One-button navigation allows you to remove the traditional Android keys, and then you can have a faster navigation experience. So if you swipe to the left, that mimics the traditional Android back key. If you press it, it mimics the home key. If you swipe to the right, it mimics the recent apps. The benefit is a quicker, faster, one-handed navigation, but you also get more screen real estate because you eliminate that bottom row of Android keys. Depending on the application, that could be about 10%. If you're in email, it might be 2 or 3 lines of text. One of the things that we did last year was introduce Moto Mods, really reinventing the category. So Moto Mods allow consumers to change their smartphone experience whenever and wherever they want. This Moto Z fully supports Moto Mods. It's backwards and forwards compatible. So if you have any of the Moto Mods that we introduced last year, whether that's your JBL Sound Boost to share your music, your Hasselblad True Zoom with a 10 times optical zoom, the Moto InstaShare projector that allows you to project up to 70 inches on any flat surface, whether that's the wall or a ceiling, any of our power mods or our style mods, this year's Moto Z is compatible with those. We're also introducing a new collection of Moto mods for this year that will be rolling out later on this year, and I'm going to talk through some of those as well. So the first is our JBL Sound Boost 2. Our first JBL Sound Boost was an extremely popular one. It has a 95% customer satisfaction rate. It's phenomenal. We're sticking with the basic things that made it a success. So no pairing required. So all you have to do is put it together. You don't have to worry about Bluetooth pairing. We're keeping the kickstand, so you can watch music videos, you can watch sporting events, or you can simply direct the sound wherever you like it. It makes awesome hands-free calls. We've got new CMF, so you see a vivid blue, a vivid red, and a black, as well as you still get your 10 hours of battery life. And we've added the hydrophobic nano coating, so if you're sitting at the pool and you get splashed, there's nothing to worry about. From a power perspective, one of the new ones is our Turbo Power mod, and that allows you to instantly add up to a day's worth of battery life. If you don't want to leave it on for a full day's worth of battery life, you can simply snap it on, and in 15 minutes, you'll get 7 hours of usage. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal Moto mod that we're coming out with. We're also redesigning our standard power packs, so they're going to be thinner than they were last year, and we're going to have some new designs and new colors as well. And then speaking of new designs and colors, we also have our Moto style shells that we're adding wireless charging to. So you'll be able to get up to 10-watt wireless charging, and that's for both the SHE and PMA standards. My final Moto mod that I want to talk about is our Gamepad Moto mod. So mobile gaming has really taken off. But if you talk to someone who's a real gamer, they'll tell you that the experience is lacking. We've solved that problem now by offering the Gamepad Moto mod. You have actual physical control, so 2 joysticks, a D-pad, action buttons. Everything that a real gaming controller has is now available for your mobile gaming experience. We've also included a 1,000 milliamp battery, so you can actually game longer without draining your phone's battery. So those are some of the new Moto mods that you'll see rolling out later this year. And I'm going to turn it over to Jan Huckfeld, our Chief Marketing Officer. But before I do that, I want to summarize the products. But since you guys have been hearing me talk for a while, I'm actually going to do it with a video.
All I get is cream. 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 Get your hands out and put them on up. It's a party, everybody go nuts. All I get is cream. All I get is cream. All I get is cream. All I get is cream.
Hello, Moto.
Hello again. I'm delighted to be here with you in India to launch that second generation of the Moto Z Play, which Jim was just presenting to you. And now we talk a little bit about how do we bring this to market from a marketing standpoint. But first, maybe I'm about 1 year in my role as CMO of the mobile business group within Lenovo. And if I look back a year ago, we've been actually juggling with quite a number of different brands globally. And we have made a very clear decision that globally speaking, and Sudhin was mentioning in India, we are working with 2 brands and we will continue doing so. But globally speaking, we are very focused on Motorola. And we are focused on this because it enjoys a very broad, across the world, very broad residual brand equity and awareness, which we are going to be tapping into. And I just want to show you what we actually have done over the past year, and we have a short video to see this. Can we have the video?
The radio on the moon, the world's first portable cell phone transmission, the Razor, that was us. And in 2016, we reintroduced the world to our brand.
Hello, Moto.
And returned with a challenge for the industry and the big guys. So we called out the competition with Skip the Sevens. And the world took notice. We're not afraid to be different, bold, and challenge the status quo. And it's paying off. This is only the beginning of what's to come for Motorola. Goodbye, same old smartphone.
Hello, Moto.
So we relaunched this brand last year, and we did well. It has to be said, when you look at the various awards which we won with the impact which we had on the marketplace, it really worked well for us, and we are going to continue riding on this. And one of the awards I'm particularly proud of is that Brand Transformation Award, which is a testimony of this new visual identity which we brought into the market. The other is obviously that we really want to be playing the challenger of this category. And we went out with Skip the Sevens, which was a bold move, taking on the two big players. And now moving forward, we're going to continue being the challenger brand. And here, I think it is important to think a little bit about the category which we are playing in. We are all so absorbed in our smartphones. I mean, I just need to look into the room. You're all on it. We are all on it. And so let's just think, when did dinner parties become Wi-Fi hotspots? And where everyone would rather look at their phones than at each other. It's time to snap out of it.
Introducing the new Moto Z Play with Moto Mods.
Hello, Moto.
When you look up from your phone and say, hello, Moto. The new Moto Z Play with Moto Mods.
So this is our latest TV copy in our campaign. You can very much and easily recognize the visual identity, the brand personality, unexpected, lively, and bold. And indeed, it starts off with our mindless way of using our phones by times. And how much life can be so much more lively and engaging and social when actually using our Moto Mods. Now, this TV copy is going to be airing very soon in India too. The Indian market, as we said, is an extremely important market to us. Sudhin was mentioning just how big it is in comparison to the other markets. And we are very determined to continue building our Motorola brand. And I would like to call Sudhin on stage, who will give you a few more updates on our launch.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jan. That was very exciting and insightful. I think our consumers really love the Motorola brand. I particularly love the whole Hello Moto thing. Okay, so you know the product, you know how we're going to go to the market from our marketing campaign and our insights. I'm sure a lot of you want to know what is the price, right? And what do we have to offer? So the second generation of Moto Z, we are going to launch in the market at 27,999. Consumers can go and buy through a multi-channel launch. Like I mentioned earlier, as part of our strategy, we are committed to all the channels out there. Moto Z second generation will be available in the retail counters across the country where we are present. Also, at the same time, this is on the e-commerce channel. It is an exclusive Flipkart product. So consumers can go and buy this product at 27,999 across the retail formats that we have, whether it's the normal traditional retail or the large format retail partners that we work with, and also go and experience the different mods that are there, and also go on Flipkart and buy this particular product. Now you want to know when is it available? So we are starting off with a pre-booking offer, starting today till the 14th, about a week. There is a pre-booking offer. Consumers can go out into the retail outlets or on the Flipkart and go and pre-book this product. The phone will be available for sale from 15th of June. But from 8th to 14th, there is a pre-booking offer, and there are lots of exciting stuff that we have come up with during this period of pre-booking, which is from 8th to 14th. There are 3 or 4 different offers that consumers will definitely get. One, of course, they can choose. I mean, we saw a lot of mods out there. They can choose a mod which they want to buy along with the phone, and they'll get 50% off on that selected mod. Okay, so that's the first offer, available only during the pre-booking. The second is to make it more affordable. We have tied up with the finance company. There is a 0 interest offer and a 0 processing fee. 0 interest, 0 processing fee during this pre-booking. Anybody who goes and books or pre-books the product, which is the Z second generation, will get that offer. The third, which is a very interesting, which is what we call as the armor pack. Now, what does that armor pack has? And that will also consumers will get. There are 3 things inside the box. The first is a very good aluminum metal case. So you can put it across the phone, which will protect it from any fall or damage that is there. The second it has is a very nice back shell, which is to put it at the back of the phone. The third thing in this armor pack is a selfie stick, which is there, and of course a protective film, which is there. So these are the 4 contents of the armor pack. Anybody who does a pre-booking will get that free when they go and purchase their phone. And last but not the least is a 100 GB of additional data on the Geo SIM card. This offer will continue even after the pre-booking period, but any consumer who chooses to buy a Z2 Play will get 100 GB of additional 4G. So that's the pre-booking offer that starts today, ends on 14th. The phone available in the retail outlets and on Flipkart exclusive on the 15th. So that's the price and the offer that we have, and that's all we had to share with you today. And just I want to thank all the people who are watching us live right now on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Do come back, write on our handle if you have any feedback. Thank you so much for joining us today and watching the launch. Thank you so much. For our friends